Yo there guys, this is Cob and it has been a while. A lot has been going on in my real life lately, mainly to do with moving into a new apartment, but more on that in just a sec. What I want to talk about first is the channel. There hasn't been a Sundays video since this happened, so I want to mention it now. Cobrak 17 hit 100,000 views within 1 month of being uploaded. This is just amazing. You guys are amazing. A massive thank you to everyone who shared the video with friends and recommended it and just spread it around in general. To have so many people watch and enjoy something I put all of my heart into is priceless, and I feel like I say this all of the time, but that is why I started a channel in the first place. It's what I love to do, so thank you. Now on to something I want your guys' opinions on. As much as this channel is an awesome creative outlet for me, it's also an entertainment center to you, or at least I hope it is. I was asked a question not long ago in a Sunday's video. It asked how long I thought World of Warcraft had left in it, and it's a question, if I recall, that I didn't answer very clearly. It's also a question that has been playing on my mind ever since. And I don't like things that I don't know how to answer. I feel like I don't run into them very often. I always have an answer for everything, but this one is all just guesswork. It could be a year, it could be 5 years. I'll admit too that I'm afraid of getting to a point in the future when WoW is on its deathbed and I'm logged into the game surrounded by nothing but an unending ocean of NPCs and the occasional bot, thinking to myself, what happens now? I mentioned in a previous Sunday's episode too that I've been playing WoW myself for nearly 6 years now. I remember watching a Bajira video a long while ago, it was a vlog actually, and he mentioned that he wasn't feeling the same about playing WoW anymore. It had nothing to do with the state of the game or how nerfed warriors were or anything. He said, and this isn't a quote, but it was something like this, that he didn't feel the same drive to get better at the game and push for ratings like he used to. This is exactly how I feel now. I play Battlegrounds because I love making BG montages, and I play Arenas because I don't want to fall behind with gear. And I also log in, of course, for both of those reasons, as well as just to chill out with friends as well. That drive and push to learn new strategies and up my game just isn't what it used to be, and honestly hasn't been for a long while now. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the game and I love playing, and I definitely will keep on playing. But the slow trickle of players leaving WoW and the steady growth of players in games like League and Dota 2 are always at the back of my mind. So I want to turn the question around to you guys. How long do you think WoW has left in it? Which game will become the new undisputed champion of massively multiplayer games? And above all else, which game would you like to see me play? I asked this question in a previous episode too, and I handed out a survey link so you could give your opinion. What I did not read was the small print on that survey website, which said I'd have to pay a chunk of money to get to see more than 100 survey replies, which kind of sucked balls. So the way we're going to do it this time is you click on the annotation of the game you want to see me play. The annotation will take you to a mini video confirming that you've picked the game that you indeed selected. I won't be monetizing these mini videos, so I won't be making any extra cash. These mini videos will just be to measure which game you guys want to see me playing the most. If you don't want to pick yet, you can always flick back to this part of the video and pick later. The games I've listed are also games I'm pretty sure I could enjoy. I didn't want to list a ton of games and get trolled into playing RuneScape or something. Anyways, that's a question I'd really appreciate your help with here. The others you can answer below in the comments, which I'll be reading through really closely. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what you guys come up with. Now onto some IRL news. Me and Sophie have finally moved into our new apartment, unpacking finished and housewarming parties complete. So you can expect to see a well overdue vlog within a few days' time. I just don't want to give a tour of the apartment, though I feel like that might be a little bit boring, so we might venture out to the cinema again or do something that might be a little bit interesting to watch at least. But yeah, I should have just done this vlog before all of the family and friends started rolling in for parties. For some reason I left it, and that's why it's taking so long. Anyways, that's all for the topics I wanted to bring up this week. As usual, we're going to round off the video with the routine Q&A, starting with Joachim Heinz Newman. Will you duel 1900 plus players in the duel series? Of course. The idea behind the Dueling with Cobb series is to give you guys a chance to get involved directly with the content on the channel. Ratings don't really come into it so much. You can be 1600, 2k or even a gladiator. Whether I win or lose, there are always constructive things to say about the duel. If I manage to take wins, I can say what I did and what kind of strategies I used to take them wins. And if I lost, I can analyse my mistakes, which actually improves my play and hopefully yours too. Hans Christian Askov asks, Hey Cobb, what do you think the next race or class is going to be for the next expansion? I can't see there being a new race just yet, and we've only just had the pandas arrive, but as for a new class, I'd like to think there'd be a new interesting kind of hero class, but as for what it might be, I really have no clue. Some people say Necromancer, but what would it do that a DK or a Warlock couldn't do? And some people say Archdruid or Archdruid, but then by definition that class would have to be superior to, you know, the regular druids in some way, so I really don't know. One class that has always played on my mind is an Aquamancer, and this hasn't entirely been thought through by me, of course. It's just that none of the current classes in the game really encapsulate the element of water, and mages have water elementals, shamans have water totems, but that's pretty much it. Both new classes, DKs and monks, are melee DPS classes, so it would be kind of nice to have another caster in the game as well. As for how they could work an Aquamancer into the story and lore and all of that, I really don't have the faintest idea. Jake Zalkowski asks, what game would you move to if WoW happened to go down the drain? If I woke up tomorrow and WoW had just ceased to exist, I'd play Dota 2. It's a damn awesome game. I'm so glad I tried it out. And alongside that, I might test out League of Legends, and further down the line, Elder Scrolls Online. But in the question, you did just say game, which isn't a plural, so if I had to pick one, it would have to be Dota 2. Sondre asks, do you and Soph go out to dinner and stuff, or is the relationship based purely around gaming? Gaming is probably something we just do together, I'd say around 20% of the time. And we do go out to eat sometimes, but it's usually a takeaway and a movie, to be honest, back at the flat, backed up with a heavy heap of chocolate. Going out to the cinema is also something we do, and that's something I want to do more often. Sophie, if you're watching this video, which you probably will end up doing. I can get into pretty much any movie I watch. I'm always up for going to the cinema. I'm just picking a title that I know nothing about to go and see. Back to the question, gaming does make up a chunk of the relationship, of course, and I know how lucky I am to have a girlfriend that understands the epicness of gaming. I'm not generalizing you women, I'm just going by messages I've received from a fair amount of you guys asking me how to get your girlfriends into gaming. Unfortunately, it tends to be something that they have to decide to do and enjoy themselves. Zuhair Nasser asks, are you going to play Final Fantasy XIV? And I guess I'm going to find out the answer to that pretty soon. It honestly depends on the votes from the poll, but I'm not sure when the game is going to have PvP implemented, so I might have to hold off on that for the time being. Either way. Chris Ring asks, would you be up for dueling someone in full heroic raid gear? Because in dueling and well PvP scenarios, high-end PvE gear destroys PvP gear. That is true, and it is for this reason I think Blizzard have kind of shot themselves in the toenail with the Timeless Isle. The place can be a ton of fun, but on the flip side, it can have you facepalming hard enough to cause a minor earthquake. A fully geared PvE player can, at the moment, take down a PvP geared player in a few globals if they get the right crits, and I know this because I was on the receiving end of a raiding geared Enhanced Shaman's Ascendance cooldown. As for would I duel someone 1v1 knowing they had such an advantage? Of course, I might not duel them a lot, but a few times would be interesting just to see if I could get it right and play it right and manage to steal a win or two. If they were really good player though, I'm not sure if it would even be possible. But yeah, everything is worth a try, especially if you're the underdog, you have nothing to lose. Vipers asks, hey Cobb, I saw you doing 1v1s against fans, and that's just awesome, but you haven't added my battle tag or answered my message yet. Is it because you get too many messages? I'm glad you asked this question. I have nearly 200 messages with your guys' battle tags and armory links. This is an awesome response, but yes, it is going to take a while to get through them all. And considering I'm getting through around 3 people per episode, I can only ask you all to be patient. I'd love to just click my fingers, pause time, and duel everyone right now. Unfortunately, it's going to take a tad bit longer than that. Alright, I couldn't finish up this episode without shouting out the donators over the past few weeks and reading out the notes dropped off for me. Max Jones rolls into town again with a €7 donation, and his note reads, hey Cobb, I forgot to send a message in my last 2 donations XD. Just wanted to say, keep up the incredible videos and please check out my channel Kaiser PvP. Just released a dueling montage against you, as well as a 2v1 montage. Keep it up, man. Austin Harder strolls onto the donators list with €5, saying, hey Cobb, been watching your channel for a while now and I just can't get enough. I would be humbled just to be mentioned in one of your videos. You deserve every penny from your sponsors and donators. stay destro, and peace. Sean Welliver donates €7.50, I think that is. Hey Cobb, hello from the good old USA. Just want to thank you for the amazing content you put out. I've only been a sub for around 3 weeks now, but everything I have seen has blown me away, especially Cobrak 17. Please don't stop the videos. One quick question, how do you choose the amazing music for your videos? Sean, PS, sorry for the odd amount, exchange rates and all. As for how I pick my music, I don't know really. It's mostly stuff from my playlist. Of course I have to be careful about infringing copyright and all of that as I monetize my videos. But yeah, as for actually picking songs, it's just stuff that I like. So the fact that you really like it too, just shows that we have similar taste, I guess. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this Sunday's episode. A huge thanks to all donators. It helps out more than words can depict. And thanks so much for listening to me blabber on for this long. Make sure to hit one of those annotations earlier in the video to have your say on which game I should test out in my spare time and potentially create a few videos on. I'd really appreciate your help with that, and I'm excited to see what game comes out on top. Anyhow, thanks again everyone, and I'm gonna catch you all later.